Welcome. In this video, we are going to learn object-oriented programming. So the major motivating factor in the invention of object-oriented programming is to remove some of the fault encountered in procedural-oriented programming. Okay. So what is object-oriented programming? Object-oriented programming is a programming language that uses class and objects to create models based on the real-world environment. Okay, so object-oriented programming is basically a programming language which is originated or written around objects. Object-oriented programming treats data as a critical element, and in the program development it does not allow data to flow freely around the system. It ties the data more closely to the function that operate on it and protects it from accidental modification or access from outside functions. So, some of the striking features of object-oriented programming are adding a new data and function is very easy. It is more secure, and data is very much important for such programming language. Complex type programs can be written using this programming language. Okay, so these are the most striking features of object oriented programming. Okay, now see, this is the organization of data and function in object oriented programming. Okay, here as you can see, it is a class. Okay, and it contains data and function. Okay, and this is the object of this class A. So some questions which may arise in your mind is what is class and what is object. Okay, so for understanding, just keep in your mind that object is nothing but decomposition of a problem into a number of entities. Okay, object is nothing but decomposition of a problem into a number of entities, and all the data and function are built around these objects. Okay, and then what is class? So class is nothing but the space or area where you have to write your data and functions in object oriented programming. So basically, class is the collection of data and function. You can say class is a collection of data and function. So now for better understanding the concept of class, I would like to give you an example where I am going to compare procedural oriented programming and object oriented programming. Now let's suppose this is the hall of your school. Okay, where you go for the prayer. Okay, or stand for the prayer. Okay, and these are your teachers, and these are the queue of your students of different classes. Okay, now you can see here that each students can see all the teachers easily. Okay, as well each students can see each student easily. Okay, that means access is too much easy here. Okay, anybody can interact or access anybody. Okay, it is too much easier here. And if a teacher says anything, okay, each of the students can hear it clearly at the same time. Okay, now come here. Suppose this is the classroom, okay, of the particular classes in your school. Okay, here class is going on, a teacher is there in your class. Okay, so say, is it possible to ask a question of class 7 student to the teacher of class 10? Is it possible? No, he can or she can only ask his question to the teacher which is available in his class. Okay, there is no freedom of asking or accessing the students or teachers of the another class. They can't go beyond their out of their classes. Okay, now suppose in procedure oriented programming these teachers are treated as data. Okay, these are data and these students are function. So as we learned in the previous video that in POP data is declared globally so that they can be accessed by every function. Okay, so here you can see that if these are data, then each of the function can access them easily. Here some particular function can access some data particularly. Okay, they can't access the data of another class. So this is what about the idea of using class in object oriented programming, because data is too much precious for us. So in object oriented programming it is arranged in such a way that data are closely bind to the function. That's why it is put in a class. Okay, so now again move to the organization of data and function. Here I will show you that how it is accessible to each one. Okay, so data is only accessible to their function. Okay, to their closely function within that class. Okay, this data can't be accessible for this function. Okay, as well as this function can't interact with this function. Okay, only the objects of a class can interact with the objects of another class. Okay, that means object A can interact with BB, and as well as BB can interact with this object. Okay, and only objects can interact, neither any functions nor any data can interact or communicate with each other. If any function of a class wants to access the data of another class or the function of another class, they have to come through the objects. They cannot access them directly. So you may say that objects are like CR of your class. Okay, who had some extra power to interact with the CR of another classes. So I hope by this example you can get the actual concept of object oriented programming. Thank you.